All right, I'm back. I'm back. I got the reads and everything, and what a difference a couple hours makes. As all of you already know, I literally just found out about the untimely and shocking passing of Bob Saget, and I don't even know what to say. I'm just absolutely in shock. I mean, I don't know what else to say than what everybody else said. Just like absolutely the nicest guy and just so goddamn funny. And absolutely loved making people laugh and loved jokes. And whenever I would text with him, he would go on until you stopped. Like, I don't care if it was like 3 a.m. If you were joking back and forth, that guy just loved to improv and just make people laugh. And one of the most amazing things that I found about that guy was he was literally friends with comedians that were only a couple years into the business, all the way to legends working in Vegas, some of who weren't selling as many tickets and kind of were working off the strip. He would fly out there. He'd go to their shows, encourage them, tell them they're funny, and have dinner with them. And I don't know. I met him. I believe the first time I met him was probably on the Opie and Anthony show. I can't remember if it was the Virus tour or if he was in studio first, but I was immediately just struck with how down to earth he was. It was fucking Bob Saget, right? Who, you know, and yeah, I mean, he was just wire to wire. I knew him a little more than 15 years, and just wire to wire. Was just an absolute sweetheart. I'd never had one argument with him. He was just the nicest guy, and I really very thankful that I had a very complete friendship with him. You know, we told each other that we loved each other, shared, stories about growing up and how the hell we both ended up being comedians. And yeah, man. I mean, if that guy wasn't making people laugh, he was out organizing a benefit to help other people out. And that is why you see the kinds of tributes that he's getting. It's just fucking brutal. Fucking brutal. I'm absolutely in shock. So, with that, wow. Well, Jesus Christ. Someday I will tell you guys, I'll tell you more stories that he would get a fucking kick out of. But it's always tragedy plus time. So, all right, here's a Saget story for you. I got to change the names here. One of the last times I hung out with him, I was hanging, with a bunch of comics, some musicians and everything. Typical Comedy Store, just a great mix of people. We were up on the roof, thanks to Mike Binder and his documentary. They built a little area up there where you can smoke cigars. He did it for that documentary he did about the Comedy Store. So we're up on the roof, and we would tell just talking comedy. And there's this story about this one comic. I can't say the guy's name. But his deal, this is so bad, his deal was when a comic would die, he would call up that comic's agent and be like, oh my God, I heard about so-and-so. I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure you're doing okay. And then they'd be like, oh, gee, so-and-so, I'm so glad you called. It's so nice of you to reach out. And the comic would be, yeah, if there's anything I can do, I'm always here for you, buddy. We all love so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. And then in the end, he goes, yeah, listen, and if he had any corporate dates on the book you need me to cover, just let me know. He was actually calling up to take the dead comics gigs under the guise of acting like he gave a shit. So anyway, how do I tell the story without giving away who it is? There was a story, a comedian, his wife was downstairs making breakfast. The guy died in the morning. Okay, that's the loose version of what happened. So we were all just sitting there thinking about that. And then out of nowhere, Saget goes, so-and-so probably came by and asked for his eggs. I can't do it justice. I also had to leave out so many details, but it was the fucking line of the night. And I remember I was up on the roof with Bartnick, and Bartnick has this thing when somebody just does a really dark, sick joke, which was so much of Bob's humor, which is so funny because he was such a loving, caring guy. He could just go so dark. I remember Bartnick just closing his eyes and just threw his head back and started laughing. And I remember laughing and yelling out, line of the night. And I remember seeing how happy how happy that made him.